Have you ever wondered why, despite all the conflicts and tensions we see on the news, World War III hasn't actually broken out? It feels like we're constantly on the brink, yet something is holding the world back. The reason might surprise you. It's not necessarily about a newfound love for peace. Instead, it's a complex, global standoff, a state of what you might call mutual hostage-taking. Every major power is holding something crucial over another's head, creating a fragile balance where pulling the trigger would be an act of self-destruction. Let's dive into this global chessboard and see how it all works. First, consider the Arctic, specifically Greenland. This massive island is more than just ice and snow. Deep within its Thule air base, the United States operates a powerful early warning radar system. This isn't just any radar. It's a critical eye watching for intercontinental ballistic missiles flying over the North Pole. It gives the U.S. precious minutes to react to a nuclear attack. For Russia, this radar is a major strategic headache. If they were ever to consider a first strike, this radar would be their primary target. But attacking it would be an unambiguous act of war against the U.S., triggering an immediate and devastating response. So the radar sits there, a silent guardian and a strategic hostage. Its very existence forces a level of restraint. Russia can't attack it, and the U.S. knows that any move to overly weaponize this advantage could push Russia into a corner. It's a tense stalemate, frozen in the Arctic ice. Now, let's shift our focus from military hardware to something much smaller, but equally powerful: microchips. In the heart of Asia lies Taiwan, the undisputed king of semiconductor manufacturing. Companies like TSMC produce the vast majority of the world's most advanced chips. These tiny silicon wafers are the brains behind everything, from your smartphone and laptop to the world's most advanced fighter jets and AI systems. China, with its massive economy and technological ambitions, is heavily dependent on these Taiwanese chips. They simply cannot produce them at the same level of sophistication or scale. This creates a fascinating paradox. While Beijing views Taiwan as a renegade province to be reunified, a full-scale invasion would risk destroying the very factories that fuel its own technological and military progress. It would be like shooting yourself in the foot while trying to win a race. For the rest of the world, especially the United States and Europe, the flow of chips from Taiwan is a vital economic lifeline. Any disruption would send shockwaves through the global economy, causing a technological winter. So, Taiwan's chip industry acts as a silicon shield. It's a powerful economic deterrent, making the cost of conflict unimaginably high for all sides. China is held hostage by its need for technology, and the West is held hostage by its reliance on the global supply chain. Next, let's travel to the Middle East, to a narrow waterway called the Strait of Hormuz. This is one of the most critical maritime choke points on the planet. Around a fifth of the world's daily oil consumption passes through this strait, and who controls its northern coast? Iran. For decades, Iran has used its strategic position as a powerful bargaining chip. If pushed into a corner, say by military action or crippling sanctions, Iran has threatened to close the strait. Doing so would be relatively simple with mines, anti-ship missiles, or fast attack boats. The immediate effect would be catastrophic. Global oil prices would skyrocket, triggering a worldwide recession. For countries like China and Japan, which are heavily reliant on oil imports from the Gulf, it would be an economic nightmare. The United States, as the self-proclaimed guarantor of global maritime security, would be forced to intervene militarily to reopen the strait, risking a wider, bloodier conflict. So, Iran holds the global economy hostage. This threat, while dangerous, gives them a powerful lever of influence that a conventional military could never provide. It forces other nations to think twice before taking aggressive action against them. It's a classic case of asymmetrical power, where a geographically strategic position becomes a weapon in itself. Finally, let's consider the biggest hostage of all: the stability of China itself. For the past few decades, the world has bet big on China. Global corporations have poured trillions into the country, building complex supply chains to take advantage of its manufacturing prowess. We rely on China for everything from iPhones to pharmaceuticals. This deep economic integration has created a situation where a collapse of the Chinese state would be an unparalleled global disaster. It wouldn't just be an economic crisis. It would be a systemic breakdown. Imagine hundreds of millions of people facing unemployment and instability, supply chains worldwide grinding to a halt, and a power vacuum in Asia that could lead to unimaginable chaos. The world, and especially the United States, has a vested interest in preventing China's collapse, even as they compete strategically. So, while Washington worries about China's rise, it's also terrified of its fall. This interdependence means both sides have to tread carefully. An all-out economic war that destabilizes China could boomerang and cripple the American and global economies. The prosperity of the West is, in a way, held hostage by the stability of its greatest rival. So, you see, the world isn't at peace. It's locked in a delicate high-stakes game of mutual deterrence. Beyond the mushroom clouds and doomsday clocks, there's another, more insidious web holding the world hostage. It's not made of steel or spies, but of numbers on a screen. A system so vast and interconnected that it makes open warfare between major powers almost unthinkable. I'm talking about the global financial system. Think about it. The US dollar isn't just America's currency. It's the world's currency. Nearly 90% of all international transactions are done in dollars. This gives Washington an incredible, almost invisible, lever of power. If a country steps too far out of line, the US doesn't need to send in the Marines. It can just cut them off from the dollar. And the key to that control, a system you've probably never heard of, SWIFT. It's the messaging network that nearly every bank in the world uses to move money. Getting kicked out of SWIFT is like being financially excommunicated. Your economy would grind to a halt overnight. It's a financial nuclear option, and everyone knows it. But here's where the real, mutually assured destruction comes in. Who is America's biggest banker? China. Beijing holds over $1 trillion in US government debt. It's a staggering amount of money. If China decided to dump all that debt, it could trigger a catastrophic collapse of the US economy. But doing so would also vaporize the value of their own holdings and send their biggest customer into a depression, dragging the Chinese economy down with it. They are financially shackled to each other. The US needs China to buy its debt, and China needs the US market to sell its goods. It's a delicate, high-stakes balancing act. They might glare at each other across the Pacific, flex their military muscles, but at the end of the day, both know that pulling the financial trigger would be suicide. This intricate dance of debt and dependence is the unspoken treaty, the silent deterrent that keeps the tanks from rolling. War is bad for business, and in our modern world, business is everything. From Greenland's radars watching the skies, to Taiwan's factories building the future, to the oil tankers navigating the Strait of Hormuz, and the intricate web of supply chains tied to China, each is a piece of the puzzle holding the world together and holding it hostage. It's a fragile system, and a miscalculation at any of these choke points could cause the whole thing to unravel. This is the uncomfortable reality of our 21st century world. The absence of a world war isn't a sign of harmony, but a testament to a web of dependencies so tangled that no one can afford to break it. It's a balance of terror, but not just nuclear. It's economic, technological, and strategic. We are all hostages in this global standoff, hoping that the people with their fingers on the triggers understand that firing would mean destroying themselves as well. Thanks for watching, and if you found this perspective interesting, be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into how our world really works.